Hi everybody and welcome to the PlantStock channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jesse and on this channel we focus on plant-based companies like Ttcf that we're going to talk about today. And again, my friend Lascaro actually sent me a new update on something that I didn't know about that's been going on now recently regarding some price cuts at Target, Krogers, and Ralph's when it comes to their product. So we're going to talk about what that means for the chef, what it means for margins, if it's a good thing or if it's a negative thing. So stay tuned as we focus on that. But before we move on, I would appreciate an early thumbs up since it does help spread the video to more people out there. And also subscribe to the channel if you're not part of it. If you are interested in Ttcf or other plant-based companies like Oatly, Beyond Meat, the very good food company, to name a few. And just a quick plug, as always, we're growing quickly now at our free Discord channel, the PlantStock community. If you want to be part of it, make sure to take a look in the description. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate your help. Now, if we take a look at the stock chart, as always, ticker symbol Ttcf, we can see in the last 5 days, it's basically been trading sideways to some extent. It flew up to around 1859, but now back down to around 1799. So that's basically what we have to go with. Not much. We know why it is trading this way. And if we take a look at the last month, it's been a really rocky ride. And at the moment, we know the overall market is volatile, but also that it has about 30 to 35% short float. So what is going on when it comes to Target, Kroger, and Ralph's? Do we see some price cuts? Because the information my friend got me was from the Reddit crowd, and it actually does seem to be correct. If we focus on the Target first here, we can see that normally their price were around $4.99 like most of their products are. Now we can see that is $4.29 here on several of their products. The plant burrito bowl, the mac and cheese, we can see at the veggie bowl here. We can see at, not all of course, but here the Ttcf vegan frozen Buddha bowl. And we also see it on, I think this one, it was more expensive, the two here, $7.99 and $17.99 here too. Although the interesting thing is this is at Orange County, which one of the Reddit crowd was talking about. And then I took a look at Florida. That's the same thing there in Florida. The interesting thing though is if we go to New York here, I just wanted to take a look. So, you know, to see if this is true of all. Tribeca here. And funnily enough, the prices are different here. They're actually higher on some of these products, $5.29. So I'm not sure why that is, but I'm guessing it's kind of up to the store sometimes themselves or the regions what price they have. But I took a look at California and I took a look at Florida, and it does seem that on a lot of their products, they have actually had some price cuts. And also I have noticed that maybe most of you knew that it doesn't seem that they have the same amount of products in every store. So like here in Tribeca, it seems that they only have 11 products. Still good, but I guess the average is that they have more in most of these stores. And now if we take a look at Kroger, and we know they just landed a deal with 1,800 stores. And I think they're supposed to have about 12 products, but I'm guessing here is the same thing, that it depends on what Kroger store. For some reason, because I'm in Sweden, I guess, I can only get into the Russellville store or area. So I'm not sure where that is exactly, but it does seem that is correct here too when it comes to Kroger, that we see some price cuts here. And these ones are actually more major. I mean, from $4.99 to $3.99 here, but we can see that these are yellow, right? And I'm guessing, and here we can see a $1.5 price cut too. And I'm guessing the reason for that is that they're temporary. So we're going to talk about that as we move on also, that these seems to be temporary. And what's the reason for that? What will that mean for the margins? So stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. And then we go to Ralph's, and it is the same thing here with several of their products. Here I'm at the Bermuda Dunes, wherever that is. But we can see that, yeah, same thing here, $3.99, $3.99, $3.99, $3.99 there, and also $7.99 here. All right, so what's the reasons for this? So like I stated, when it comes to Orange Counting, or Target anyways, it does seem that these are not temporary, because I can't see that there's any yellow or anything like that. I could be wrong, right? They do talk about getting some kind of gift card, but I think that has to do with Target in itself. We don't have this in Sweden. But so what's the reason on Target? Because when it comes to Target, we know that they are supposed to be one of the best frozen brands they've ever had, right? So what would be the reason that Target actually made some price cuts there? So that is interesting, though. Maybe it's a deal they have with Ttcf that they're doing so well. They're buying more and more of their products. They are able to put down their prices. But again, if they're so popular, why put them down? Or instead of saying putting down, I mean lowering the prices. So that is something I'm wondering about. Folks, let me know down in the comments, why would Target actually lower their prices if they're doing so well? But when it comes to the Ttcf at Krogers and Ralph's, well, I'm guessing, since it does seem that is definitely a temporary thing, we know definitely with Kroger, I think it was now in September that they started actually selling their products, when they started putting their products on in their freezers, right? That the reason could be that they want to make it more appealing, more competitive compared to other frozen brands, which I guess makes sense to some extent, right? If they're coming out with these new ones, and most people still, we talked about this is still a pretty small brand, right? Ttcf is very new. It's in its infancy, right? So if they're coming out like with 12 new different products, well, that in itself should make people more interested, right? Like, ooh, we have a whole section here of 12 different products. But if you want to have that competitive edge, and it's a new thing in these kinds of stores, yeah, I guess to some extent it might make sense that they would cut the prices temporarily just to get people more interested, right? So that is my guess, guys. Let me know again down in the comments what you think when it comes to Kroger and Ralph's. I guess it's the same thing, right? But something I'm wondering about, and I really don't have the answer to this is just speculation, but who's taking the beating here, right? When it comes to Target, when it comes to, especially now with the larger price cuts at Kroger and Ralph, who's taking that beatings when it comes to gross margins or margins, right? Because we have to balance that out in some way. And is it the retails? Is it the stores? Well, I don't think that's very likely, but this is just speculation. If anyone out there knows more about that, let me know down below. If you work in stores and you have some more knowledge about how this works. But for me, logically, especially at Kroger's and at Ralph's, since Krogers is a gigantic company, right? And Ttcf is not a gigantic company. It's not a well-known brand worldwide, right? Why would Kroger take that beating, right? It makes more sense for me that would be Ttcf that would have to balance that out somehow, right? That they might be losing money now temporarily, or getting a lot less revenue in the short term anyways. And I do believe that this is probably just a short-term thing. But again, it makes sense if it is that they want to try to make people more aware of the brand and try their products. So it could be a smart tactical move there. But as we talked about on the channel before, now this comes at a time when shipping costs are at an all-time high, right? When inflation impacts everyone in one way or another, and even, of course, food companies. Yes, this company, as we know, is a vertically integrated company, which means it's a company that can handle inflation better than many other companies to some extent, but not everything. But again, we want the company to be competitive, right? And we want people to acknowledge them more. So again, maybe this is a must. We'll have to see. Will it impact the margins in Q3? Probably not, because we know that they just started trading in Kroger. We'll probably have to wait and see what happens in Q4. But again, considering that the company has a strong balance sheet, I don't think it's super bad. I think they can handle this for a short period of time anyways. All right, folks, that was it for today. I truly hope you got a lot of value from today's video. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to be part of this channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that bell button. And again, as we talked about, if you want to be part of our incredible Discord channel, then take a look in the description. While as always, this was not financial advice. These were just my own thoughts and opinions. It's important to do your own due diligence and invest safe. Thank you, folks. Have a great Sunday. Hope to see you soon, and peace out.